Hello and welcome to Mom's Bookshelf, Nurturing Motherhood Through Literature. Here we discuss about stories, about books that moms have written, and about mom authors and their lives. So today we have a person with us who wears multiple hats. She's a mom of a 7-year-old kid. She's an author of a book that is called The Millennial Mom. And she runs a digital marketing company which is called BitQuest, which has its offices in Malaysia, Australia, and India as well. She is an unlicensed underwater diver. She's a swimmer and she has a lot of hobbies. She likes to spend time with her 7-year-old kid. And she's an entrepreneur, a writer, and that's why I said that she wears multiple hats. So let's dive into a conversation with her and know what is her secret mantra to balance her life as a true millennial mom. Because a millennial mom is the one who balances her career as well as her family life. So welcome to our session, Miss Shikha Kedia Bharadwaj. Miss Shikha.
Thank you.
Hello,
Thank
hello,
you.
and
Thank
welcome.
you for the warm welcome.
So, how are you today?
Yes, I'm doing great, Shabeena, and thank you so much for inviting me to your talk show.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. So, Miss Shikha, could you show us a glimpse of your book, The Millennial Mom?
Okay, let me show you my book. Here it is. I think because of my virtual background, you may not be able to see the full book.
But
yeah.
that looks wonderful and amazing. And let me tell you that I have gone through this book. I have read this book. It is really, really wonderful. It speaks about motherhood, millennial moms. It speaks about careers, about taking care of the family, and how to be a true mom in this present era. Because I think that millennial moms are a little more confused because they are being compared with their traditional moms, with celebrities. They're always on pedestal. So I think this is a must. This is a must read for today's moms who are bringing up their kids who are from alpha generation. So Shikha, I would want to ask you that when you write a book, there are a lot many instances which inspire you to write a book. So it's not that one thing, but there are a cascade of things which lead you to write a book. So could you tell us what was your inspiration behind writing this book?
Well, if you have to talk about my inspiration to write the book, I think you have to go back like 7 years from now. It was my 30th birthday, Shabeena. I think my 30th birthday was a big eye opener for me because you know how you are in your 20s, you always feel that 30 is quite far, and you feel that before 30 I'm going to do this, before 30 I'm going to do that, and there are lots of dreams and plans that we have for ourselves. But what I found was when I was on my 30th birthday, I found that I was nowhere near to the targets that I had set for myself. One of it being having an NGO for women and women empowerment, and I was nowhere near to it. So on my 30th birthday, I realized that time is gonna pass. Like, the only thing constant about time is that it's ever changing and evolving. So we have to keep up with the pace and not think about 10 years down the line, but every year how you grow yourself as a person. So on that birthday, I made a promise to myself that every year I'm going to do 2 new things, like 2 new soft skills, or anything to learn with. And book writing was one of them, which I managed to fulfill in during the COVID times, because COVID was a very disillusionary time for all of us. We didn't know what to do, but I had realized one thing, that it was the right time, because you are saving time on going every day, dropping your kids to school, going to office, doing a lot of other things, daily mundane life. We are sort of comfortable in our zone. So COVID took us out of our comfort zone, and I thought that this was the right time, because I spent a lot of time traveling and I wasn't doing that during COVID. So I thought, let's take this time, pen down my thoughts, and see if I would be able to write a book or not. So I managed to. Thankfully,
I think that's really wonderful, and it's really good to know that you are keeping your hobbies alive. It's really good to know. So since you're always also following your passion, you are working working as in this, in the sense that if you're an entrepreneur, you're working like throughout the day, right? And then you are managing your family. So do you feel this parental guilt? Do you feel that you're not giving enough time to your kid? Because as moms, I think this is the biggest challenge as moms who go out and work, right? Because I feel every mom is a working mom, whether they are working from home or from offices. But if they are going out and then working, so do you have this parental guilt with you?
Shabeena, guilt is always like, as mothers, we are born, when we take birth as mothers again. We are, like, having this sense of guilt to an extent that even if you're not producing enough milk for your child, you will feel guilty that maybe I don't love my child enough. So that guilt is very inherent in us. And I learned it a very hard way, that this guilt is something we have to deal with and forego with it, like, with coping mechanisms. Like my child today, he understands that if mom is working, he won't let anyone in that room saying that, my mom is having a call. Or if I'm taking a nap, then he's going to say, my mother is very tired, don't disturb her, to the other family members. So I have seen this thing in my child, and I believe that this sense of being a working woman has helped me bring a child that is becoming more responsible. So it's kind of my coping mechanism to take away from that guilt. So you have to kind of train yourself to understand that when you are not giving something to your child is automatically learning something new from what you are not able to provide to the child. And that is maybe a sense of responsibility to even respect my time, because he know that whatever time he gets to spend with me is precious to him. It's not like he has ample amount of time with me. So it's important to have quality over quantity.
Yeah, so that means if you love something passionately, even your kids, they tend to understand that my mom has something to attend, and she's busy, she has other things to do. So I think that is your mantra for balancing the
Yeah.
family and the work life. That is really wonderful. And as a millennial mom, I have felt that our generation has been raised in nuclear families. Like most of us, they have been raised in nuclear families, and uh, the generation which came prior to us, like our moms, our dads, they had been raised in joint families. So they already knew about how their lives are going to change once they become parents, because they have seen their aunts, their uncles, their sisters, elder sisters, and all that. So I think they already had this knowledge. But as kids who've been raised in nuclear families, when they embark on a parenthood journey, it becomes like you are in a blind alley. And you, like, if I speak about mothers, so as millennials, we are so much focused on our careers, our studies, and then when it comes to motherhood, we feel that we didn't know, we were not told about it. And I felt certain moms, and they told me this, that if we were told about motherhood prior, so we would have been better prepared, that what are the tough moments which are going to come. Because the something which is portrayed by media is that everything is hunky dory. So do you feel that there was something glaring realization when you embarked on a motherhood journey? And do you feel that there are some truths or realities which are hidden away, and it is not portrayed as it is? Do you feel that?
Well, I'm not sure whether there's something really hidden, but yes, certain things, like, nobody tells you. Of course, motherhood is a very special feeling, and it's a sense of unconditional love that you have for your child. It brings that sense of unconditional love. But having said that, Shabina, we all have faced this. Let's address the elephant in the room. There are certain days when you don't want to feed your child. There are certain days where you feel that, why did I even embrace motherhood? Because your body changes, your entire life, entire routine, everything changes suddenly, just as you embrace motherhood. So as much as it brings joy to your life, it also brings a sense of depression into our lives. So there may be certain days where you feel that, no, I don't, why did I even embrace motherhood? And it's okay to feel this way, because as mothers, we are put on pedestals. We think, oh my god, how could I even think like this? Am I like a, not a good mother? Or that feeling ingrains us when we feel this way. But it's absolutely normal to feel that way on certain days, and all you need is support from your loved ones during this period or this time. Because that we both have breastfed our children, so it's like, every 2 hours or every 3 hours, few hours, we have to keep feeding the baby, keep changing the diapers. So it's like a sense of different routine and life that we are leading. So if during that period, if you feel that not so good about being a mother, it's okay. It's absolutely normal. So I think these are small issues which nobody tells you or prepares you for, because people are going to say, oh my god, this is the most fancy feeling you would ever have. But as I said, we also have to address the cons that comes with motherhood, and let's embrace it. It's okay to feel a certain way on some of the days.
Yeah, so as you said that, yeah, society needs to get into a position that should help mothers. So I feel that when it is the cliche, right? It takes a village to raise a kid, but I feel that it takes a village to raise a mom as well, right? So so this is how that's how your village helps you, in your journey of
Absolutely, Shabina. I have
motherhood.
even mentioned this on my book that, it don't shy away from asking for help, whether it be your mother, your mother-in-law, your spouse, your, other relatives, your friends, your colleagues around work. Like, you need to have a whole ecosystem around you. I saw an interview by Indra Nui, who is the ex PepsiCo
Mm.
CEO, and she had mentioned in her interview that you need to create this ecosystem, because you see, I'm the CEO of my company, and of course, being a mother is a full-time job already, and then being a CEO of a company is like 3 full-time jobs. So dealing with 4 full-time jobs is not something that comes so easy and served on the plate. So it's okay, like take help from your colleagues. Like my colleagues know what time I go to pick my son, so they will not disturb me during that time. And sometimes they know that, okay, I'm in a meeting, so they are going to, if I'm bringing my son to office, they're going to take care of him, in my absence, if I'm in a meeting or something. So it's like a coping mechanism that you deal with every day. So just take help as much as possible. Don't shy away. I see that some females are very apprehensive about taking help. They're like, oh no, why will I ask for help? I mean, I can do it myself. I know you can do it yourself, but girl, it's okay. I mean,
Yeah,
unless like, you're
I
really,
mean, not to
you're
be a
very
super
particular
mom,
about,
right? Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, we are wearing multiple hats, so, and we are multitasking the entire day. So it's okay. Just like, create an ecosystem around you, take help from whichever way possible. Of course, if you are particularly apprehensive about taking help from a particular person because of a certain incident, then it's a different matter. But other than that, I think it's absolutely okay. Go and ask for help, and yeah,
So
create
yes,
an ecosystem
when you
around.
say about asking for help, and there's this one thing I came across in your book, and that was really wonderful. It was I felt this is something very out of the box thinking, because all this while we are being, we speak about that even dads should help in taking care of the child. It's not only a mom's responsibility. The kid belongs to us equally, and then there's this one thing which I came across, that fathers of this generation, particularly if we speak about millennial fathers, they want to help, right? But they have been raised up in such a way that in a patriarchal society that they don't know how. And would you like to speak about this, Moyan? It's wonderful, and I would want to hear your insights about it, because I've read about it, but I want to hear from you.
Yeah, Shabina. So you see, it's true that, it's not like men don't want to help. I'm specifically talking about in the Indian context, because, or in the Asian context, because as Asians, we know that, when raising kids, guys are raised in a different way because they have seen their parents like that. They've seen their fathers as heads of the family, as the bread and butter earner in the family, and they have seen their mothers as like the homemakers. So in their head somehow they have the feeling that female is the homemaker, and the male is the bread earner in the family. So suddenly, I think they are also in a very difficult state, because suddenly when they get married, they are married to an empowered woman, and now they see that this empowered woman is not just taking care of the home, but also a lot of other things outside. So for them also, it's a new scenario altogether. So we must empathize with them. We must understand where they are coming from and see how best we can work out in terms of setting a health goal, setting how we can collaborate as a team, like how you collaborate at your office with your team to complete a task. In the same way, you have to do it at home, like collaborate, see what tasks you are good at and what tasks your spouse is good at, and then take the lead accordingly.
I think yes. People like you, they are actually making a paradigm shift, and the work that you are doing is really, really exemplary, because it is actually a 24/7 job to handle a kid, but then you're
Yeah.
managing all that. So that is really wonderful. So would you like to give a message to the present day moms, to the millennial moms who are raising alpha generation, which is very hard, because I feel every generation has its own part, and they have had their set of challenges. Even we are facing a set of challenges which for us, and that cannot be compared with the previous generations. But if we speak about this generation, we are facing this, we're in the digital era, and now we cannot learn from our generation, our previous generations, because they were not facing the issues that we are facing today. So, would you like to give some message or some key points for the mothers who are raising alpha generations this time?
See, first thing is, Shabeena, I want to say that there are a lot of challenges that comes with motherhood. I wouldn't say sacrifices, because sacrifice is a very harsh word to integrate with motherhood. It's very important because our generation, we are well educated, well read, well traveled women. We are empowered. So don't let anything tell you or anyone tell you that you can't do this because you're a mother. Like, there is no book written where someone can say this is the Bible for motherhood. You can't have a Bible. Set your own path, do at your own pace, but don't stop. Like, tomorrow you should not be going to your child and saying that because you were born, I did not do this in life. I don't ever want to do that. So I have traveled over 24 countries with my son, breaking the myth that you can't travel as much after you have a child. So I have seen the heights and peak in my work and career after I have had my son. So I just want millennial moms to be more productive and more organized in their way of living. Because as I said, being a mother is a full-time job, which our mothers were already doing. And now you have to also be a mother and take care of your work and career and personal self. So focus on your self well-being as well. Like, take 15 minutes or half an hour in the morning to plan your day. It's very important to be productive, more productive. And in order to be more productive, it's important that we create a routine. There should be a sense of routine, that today I have to do this. As a mother, today I have to play these roles. As a CEO of the company, I have to play these roles. As an individual, I have to do this for myself. Like, maybe if at the end of the day you really want to take a massage, go and take a massage for yourself. As a wife, spend time with your quality time with your spouse. So I think all these things are very important. My suggestion to today's women, this era, is have a planned life. I think I'm not saying a routine means a very mundane, redundant routine where you have to wake up at 7, do this at 7:38. No, but at least plan a day that you know that as a mother, these are the things I have to do. As the career woman, I have to do these things. At least plan that much, and then give some time to yourself also in that routine. So not a very rigid one, but at least a sense of routine which makes you a more productive person. Because if you are not more productive, how can you play so many roles in a day?
Yes, I think there were so many takeaways for millennial moms, for present day moms, that I think this really works. That you have to lead a planned life, get organized, and ask for help, even from your spouses, from your family. Because I think as moms, we feel like we always on a pedestal, and we want to be a super mom. We want to handle so many things, but it's always good to take help, because times shall, it shall move on, and it shall pass. And if you take help, I think you'll be more calmer. So as
Yeah.
a mother, even I have felt that uh, with the with the problems that I have faced, I will always be ready to help another mom, right? So I think that is the side that we have developed as a mom. So it was
Yeah,
so good.
both
Yeah.
of them around each other. I think as women, what is very good about our generation is through so many talks and so many people talking about these topics, at least women have come in the support of women. Unlike previous times where we used to think that okay, mother-in-law is going to be the villain in your life. I mean, I think my mother-in-law is like a great support system to me. Like if I'm at Kolkata now, they have even moved with us to Kuala Lumpur, but whenever I used to go back to Kolkata, like my son is going to be either with my mom or my mother-in-law, and I just don't have to even bother, what my son is doing. So they used to take care of him completely, and I'm absolutely okay with that. I'm not the kind of mother who wants to do everything by herself. Like it's okay if you can get a help to chip in. Always be ready for it.
So I think that is a perfect way. I think we should learn from you. How should we uh, differentiate between task and delegate our tasks, so that when we are at poise, and we can handle other things as well. So that was really wonderful to have you over here and discuss so many things about motherhood, about parenting, about taking care of the kids and balancing our careers as well. So good to have you. Thank you so much, and we wish you all the
Thank you,
best,
Shabina.
and we'll wait for your next book as well.
Thank you so much, Shabina. Not anytime soon, but yes.